This is the city of Absalom, the city at the center of the world. Absalom is celebrating the Radiant Festival, a 3-month festival of epic proportions held once every 100 years. The celebration attracts all types: tourists, performers, merchants, inventors, as well as unsavory types, petty thieves, gangs, cults, and criminal enterprises. That's where we come in. We protect and serve. We are the Agents of Edgewatch.
Hey everyone, welcome to Roll for Combat, Agents of Edgewatch. I'm your GM and host, Steven Glicker, and in this week's episode, the big bad boss is dead, and now it's time to wrap up the case and head back to the station. And also, what's going to happen with Sharky? Find out this week. So one thing I want to talk about is something that almost every single player and GM has very little experience with. And that is, how do you end an adventure? Now, I'm not talking about Pathfinder Society or Starfinder Society, because those are very quick adventures that obviously end, and you can usually wrap those up with just a sentence or two. I'm talking about an adventure such as this, which takes weeks or months or even years to wrap up. How do you wrap it up? How do you end it? And this is something that a lot of people really don't have a lot of experience with, because think about it. How often are you just ending long, epic adventures? I mean, I've started 1 million adventures, and I've been doing this forever. And I can count on just a couple of hands the number of times that I've actually ended and finished an adventure. And it is hard. How do you wrap it up? Now, the good news is, in this week, we're not really wrapping things up. In fact, this is sort of an interlude. I mean, yes, it's the end of the very first book. And next week, I'm going to have a brand new episode, and we're going to start book 2. And just so you know, I'm actually going to do a recap, and I've designed the show into seasons. So every book is a season. So this way, if you really want, you can just jump into season 2 or season 3, and just like a television show. The first season sort of sets up the established plot, established characters, sort of introduces you to the world and gives you an idea what it's all going to be about. In season 2, you start to get to the main story. You already know who everyone is. You find out who the real big bad people are. That's sort of like what season 2 is going to be. So this episode, we don't really need to have a large, big conclusion. We can have a mini conclusion. And I decided that this week to just go goofy. I was thinking about it. They went through this murder hotel. They've had a really stressful couple of weeks. They've been dealing with death and destruction. And the total opposite of that is just goofy. Let's just relax. Let's just have a good time. Let everyone just sort of do whatever they want to do and just, be really free and relaxed in this episode. And that's what we did. Especially since we had Vanessa joining us as Sharky, we were able to really be goofy. And just give you a little bit behind the scenes. Before each episode, I usually talk to everyone and give them a little overview of maybe what might be happening or where we were and what to expect, so they're mentally prepared. Not that I'm telling them exactly what's going to happen, but I give them a general idea. And in this one, before the episode, we talked a bit, and I was just sort of saying, hey guys, what do you want to do? It's the end of the episode. I'm thinking, let's just, be goofy, relax. There's no real agenda. Nothing's written. Usually when these end, it just says, okay, the adventure's over. You brought them to justice, and we'll see you in the next book. They usually have very, very short endings. In fact, I think it's a couple of sentences and that's it. So it's really up to you to sort of bring it home. So I spoke to them, and we were just going to wing it, and we were just going to be goofy. And, well, you're going to hear us being goofy, I promise you that. And everyone's just relaxing, job well done, and that's how I decided to end this adventure. Now, how do you end a really big adventure, or even bigger, how do you end a adventure path? something you've been playing for years and years and years. And if you listen to the Dead Sons podcast, which obviously we were playing for something like 2.5 years, when we finished that up, I came to everyone and I asked everyone to write an epilogue. I wanted them to tell me what their characters were going to do after it was over. And they kind of were able to figure out and wrap up their own characters in their own words. So that's the way I did it. I also, as you probably know if you listen to the show, I also had a super epic, colossal battle that took 2 months, so it felt like they really, really earned the win. So that's how I managed to do it. I've done it a couple of different ways, but I would probably say that was my most successful wrapping up of a campaign of all the ways I've done it over the years. That everyone was able to, write their own story, write their own ending in their own words, and I was able to bring home a epic battle, a memorable ending to a very long campaign. I'd actually be curious to hear how you've done it in the past. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's done this, but think about it, it's something a lot of people don't have a lot of experience with. So I'd really like to hear what you did when you wrapped up your campaigns, especially if it was something really long. I would love to know what you've done. I've heard a couple of different methods over the years, and unfortunately, it's not something you get to test very often because you only get one shot at it, so you really got to make sure you plan it and do it right. Anyhow, this is the goofiest episode we've probably had in a long, long time. So sit back and enjoy an hour of us being goofy. Anyhow, with that, let's get to this week's show notes. So for show notes this week, RPG Superstar is humming along. I am actually getting the initial proofs of the book, and it looks awesome. I plan on actually posting what the pages are going to look like in the book on the Discord channel in the very near future. We're still figuring out, and we're going through a couple of different design elements. So before I show it to you, I want to, just iterate it and make sure it's just right. And once I have it, I'm going to actually show it to you. What I'm planning on showing you is an actual page of what the monster layout will look like in the book. Since the majority of the book is bestiary, you probably want to see what the bestiary pages look like. But let me tell you, it looks amazing. It's really going to look good. And speaking of bestiaries, Bestiary 3 by Paizo is coming out very, very soon. I got a sneak peek, and it is a really crazy book. That's the thing with the bestiaries. As they start getting to the more fringe monsters, each bestiary gets a little bit more bizarre and out there. And Bestiary 3 is really cool. And Jason McDonald has a review that's going to be posting on the site right when it comes out. I believe it was delayed, so it's coming out in early April. So look for that on rollforcombat.com. Jason McDonald's review of Bestiary 3 by Paizo. Also, don't forget, if you want to listen to the episodes early or listen to us play live and hang out with us and chat with us while we're playing, you too can do that just by becoming a Patreon. Just go to patreon.rollforcombat.com, contribute $5, and you too can get the episodes early, and you can join us whenever you want. Well, not whenever you want. You can do that on the Discord. You can join us when we're actually recording, and we usually do that on Sundays and Mondays. That is our current schedule. So you can hang out, chat with us, ask the cast questions, especially on Circus. Lauren loves to talk to everybody. So if you want to come by and just talk her ear off, she will just chat you up. And then finally, make sure you do check out the Discord channel. Right now we have games, you can see spoilers, you could talk to us about the episodes. In fact, if there's something on the Discord that you want, let me know. I'm very curious if there's something there that you would want that I don't have there. Let me know, I'll add it because, well, it's my channel, I can do whatever I want. So check it out, let me know. Tell me if there's something else I should be adding to the Discord that will help you out, that we can make a better community. So again, just go to discord.rollforcombat.com and you too can check that out. Anyhow, with that, let's get to this week's exciting episode. So, Pratchett has fallen into a well. He's been dissolved by ochre jelly. The ochre jelly probably got tired after trying to figure its way out of that room. You can smell what is left of the burning furniture in the other room. But thanks to Gomez's quick thinking, he was able to put out nearly everything in the room. So now you're all huddled together in the room, covered with blood and fleshy parts. And Sharky, what are you going to do?
Yum, 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 yum.
Sharky can go around eating what remnants of fleshy people are there if they want.
And how?
Let's see. Gomez is fine. Lomang is fine. Basil is somewhat damaged. Dougie is somewhat damaged and drained. But that's kind of it. You probably only have one thing left, and that's the ochre jelly. And, oh yeah, his secret room. Who knows what's in that secret room? There was a desk in that room and some beds. What will you do?
Well, as a formality, I'll do a quick treat wounds on myself and Dougie.
Jason McDonald is playing Basil Blackfeather, a Tengu empiricist investigator.
So we'll take 10 minutes to do that.
I'll meditate.
Chris Beamer is playing Lo Mang, an orc tiefling monk of the Crane style.
First roll is me. Second roll is Dougie. Ooh. The first one
is a critical miss, and the second one is a 2. So you rolled a 1 and a 2.
Okay, the critical miss is a critical miss either way. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Unless you spend a hero point and just to shoot that, because we're at the,
John Statz is playing Cadet Dougie McDougal, a human ruffian rogue.
Not for a heal check. I'm not that bad off.
So you do 3 points of damage on Dougie. Yay!
Oh, wow. I thought we were...
No, that was on me.
3 points of damage on Basil. Yay!
You hurt yourself? Sharky bounces over there and starts, picking up feathers off the ground and stuffing them into her mouth.
Ha!
I got it, Sharky. I got it. Don't worry about it.
This is so good. More?
Another 10, I can try again, or...
I think it's okay.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm going to try myself.
I think, yeah. So that door is closed, Vanessa. The Sharky cannot actually move into that room.
Well,
Correct.
Sharky decided to open up the door and go into that room.
Well,
And the ochre jelly...
I didn't know it was closed. I can see through there.
yeah,
the
so what we
ochre
did
jelly it's in there. It's in there. It's fine. It's fine.
well, we waited till it stopped,
Yes.
thrashing around.
It's asleep
and
again. I
went
went
away.
to sleep.
So,
It's asleep. It's asleep.
Oh, okay.
assumably,
case-
we could summon a air elemental to retrieve some of those goodies down there while we backtrack through.
Or if
these
we were
rooms.
quick with the basket thing, because there's that basket in the one corner.
I mean, I had a
the
plan.
pool cleaning thing.
True.
I had an idea of actually an earth elemental.
Seth Lipton is playing Gomez, a goblin elementalist sorcerer.
But it needs some clarification on exactly how its meld with stone ability works, because the description says items go with it, but it doesn't indicate whether when you meld the stone, do you move around in the stone, or do you just meld the stone and then you stay put in that one location. But if this, if you can move around, if like Earth Elemental, if you can move around inside of Earth, goes underneath it, gets the stuff that's lying on the floor at the base of the ochre jelly, and gives it to us.
Well, I'll look that up while everyone else. So there's a lot of people saying different things. Sharky wants to go into the room. Dougie wants to go somewhere else. Basil is hurting himself. What's going on? Give me some directions here.
Since they're talking about going to the room, Sharky formulates a plan. What sort of plan a mimic can come up with at that time? Opens the door, bounces into the doorway, and becomes a new door. This was a large one with no doorknobs, but 6 different dials with strange runes surrounding that. Feathers. Give me feathers.
Ha!
Sharky, you become a vault. You're a vault door.
Okay, I'm going somewhere else entirely.
No. Feathers.
Don't look at me.
I think Sharky's going to be more feathers than Mimic at this point.
So good.
I'm about out of feathers to give to Sharky for the day. I think I've given too many.
You're gonna look like one of those sad parrots that pulls out all of his feathers.
Or like, Foghorn Leghorn after he gets the crap kicked out of him.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Maybe some down?
A plucked goose.
Give me some down.
Wait, where'd Dougie go?
Oh, Dougie.
I just went
left
into.
town.
I'm right here. There's rooms over here that have. We know there's nothing that's. Well, I mean, this would be the room that Sharky would like. Sharky's in the place that Sharky wants to be.
We also need to maybe go retrieve that mask at some point.
Yeah, there's the mask, and there's all these things down here.
This body, did that get burned, or what's the story with that?
The body is...
Wait, which body are you referring to?
The
On the
body on the
slab.
slab looks like it is dead. It has been horribly tortured, flayed, and torn asunder.
Ah.
And you are able to determine, well, Basil is, that they have several tattoos on them, which is very reminiscent of those at the Dragonfly Pagoda. This is probably one of the stonemasons. In fact, in the corner, Basil sees some discarded clothes, and he presumes that those clothes are those of this corpse.
I'll search the body, search the clothes.
Okay, well, the body's naked and
Alright.
just vivisected, so there's not
Alright.
much you're going to find there.
So the clothes.
The clothes is bloody, sweaty, gory clothes, but you do find identification papers showing that this was Rojo Azo, which is definitely one of the missing stonemasons.
All right, that's evidence. Take it.
Yeah.
I'm going to check the desk.
The desk is locked.
I did some research and meld into stone. It doesn't look like anybody supports the idea of moving through it. It's a protective spell.
Yeah, you're thinking of Earthglide. That's a different thing.
Can I try to unlock the desk?
You can try anything you want.
All right, I will try to unlock the desk.
You could do a jig on the desk if you want.
Well, do I make that roll or do you?
You do. One of the few rolls that I don't have to make. You get to know how crappy you do. Nothing hidden about this one. Here comes 22! Click. Takes out a feather and he
Not
puts it in.
so crappy.
He uses a feather to get that lock and then throws it and tosses it over the Sharky.
Wait, wait.
Eats it right out of the way.
Yeah, you can have this one.
There you go. Doesn't appear to be trapped, and you, I presume, open it up.
Yep, let's open it up.
Boom! I'm kidding. Boom, as in, there's a lot of good stuff in here. Oh, did you think it was a trap? Oh, I confused you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
I was waiting for Goes the Dynamite.
Boom goes the dynamite. There's a lot of treasure. You open it up, you find some potions, a few more potions, and you find the hotel's treasury in there. Dun, dun, dun. That's actually it. It's not as much as I thought. But the potions are cool, and the treasury's cool because there's money in it. There you go.
How much?
It's not our money, though.
True.
Oh,
Not
well,
directly, but you
not
might get
directly.
it later.
We've
You might-
liberated it.
Well, you'll get a percentage. Because remember, don't forget, the way I do it is you get a percentage of what I really say it is. So I just give you the amount you get to keep.
Yeah,
Right.
so if there's really 200 gold there, we might get 40 of it or whatever.
Right. In fact, there could be, right. So I'm just making it simplified. So you know that you're going to get 70 of this gold. So 70 gold. Let's see. 4 potions in here. None of you had the ability to figure these out because none of you have the right skills. I
Gomez
believe.
does.
Does Sharky have the right skills?
No, because these are alchemical, or are these alchemical?
They're alchemical.
Yeah. No, they got no aura.
Yeah, they have no aura. Well, wait, let me see. Maybe one of them does. Hold on.
They have an aura. I read it.
Alchemical.
Healing.
Yeah,
magic.
you don't know what these are. They don't have no auras. They got no auras, I tell you. But you can bring them back to the lab. They'll tell you what they are. Sharky. Does Sharky have any capabilities to understand the chemical compositions of things? They do not. I'm looking at their abilities.
What if they licked it?
You can lick it and see what happens.
No, we don't need it. No, we can wait. That's gross.
But what if it's good?
It could be.
Could be sugar water.
Could taste good.
It tastes really good.
It's up to
I
Basil.
don't know. I kind of want to lick it.
Well,
If Sharky's not demanding my feathers, I'm all for it. Lick away.
well, the two of them look pretty harmless, but two of them, you don't know much about potion making, but you have a feeling these might be poisons and not potions, just by the bottling.
The skull and the crossbones on the label.
Kind of a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
What's this skull and crossbones mean? Safe to drink. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dougie, you still need healing, right? So
Well,
Yeah.
the person who probably had the most treasure on them is in the room next door.
we might have to deal with that ochre jelly. It's a menace.
Jelly.
It's a menace to public safety.
Well, you know for a fact that... Well, let me back up. I mean, if you manage to solve the case and you leave the ochre jelly, you could have, like, the division of dangerous creatures come in and take care of it. You know, it's sort of like...
Yeah, I was wondering about the circus.
yeah.
Like, I wonder if the circus could be like a de facto animal control.
They need some animals. They might take it because, you
Yeah.
know, they were all poisoned and Lord knows what else happened to them. So it's not
goodness.
so bad that
It's like
you
the
could leave
third
it.
time this week all the animals got poisoned, I swear.
It seems to be.
Of course,
a
the
running gag.
owner being dead might be a bit of a problem to overcome as well.
That's right.
Now it's employee owned.
That is a hell of a selling point, though.
That is.
Come one, come all, CD Ochre Jelly. It ate the previous owner.
Yeah, and by the way, that was like 3 days ago. that zoo.
No.
Yeah, it was
2 days ago. It was 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Day after yesterday. Remember
Jeez,
that?
that's
Remember we were hanging
insane.
out over there 2 days ago?
That's insane.
Yeah.
Remember that when you were level
Oh.
1? Ah, memories. Or level 2, I don't even remember.
Such a fresh-faced young kid back on Tuesday.
Back on.
Ah, the Halcyon days when we were new recruits. As opposed to the 3-day-old veterans we became.
Oh my god. We've already seen it all.
Pretty much. You've seen
we
it all. and
we
done
got the
it all.
1,000-yard stare already, and it's only been 72 hours.
Well, the festival only goes on for another 3 months. You'll be fine.
Oh my god.
Well, but I mean, but as far as the loot in the pit, theoretically, we could send somebody in with the boat hook really quick before the ochre jelly can react. That's the
I
theory,
locked-
at least.
Well, figure out.
that
Well,
pit.
but just
I thought
if
you
you
were talking
well,
about this pit. Sorry, Seth. Go ahead.
no, just like what does what does Meldon Stone do? Because if that allows movement, then that's the
It
solution.
doesn't. Basically, you
Alright.
touch stone and you fuse with it, and it's like a
You, like, hide
you're
inside.
turtling
Yeah.
in
No,
and you hide.
that's yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That settles that.
Okay. Dougie's gonna go over here. He's gonna listen to the door.
Okay, you're listening to the door with the ochre jelly room. Yes, you hear nothing.
Do I hear nothing? I open the door.
You open the door. Sprued across the floor of this room, it looks like a total horror show. You see the skeleton of Pratchett everywhere. It looked like when the ochre jelly climbed up from the pit and tried to get itself
Sticking to him.
through the doors, that it just left all of this stuff everywhere. Not only do you see skeleton pieces everywhere, but you also see his coat, you see his sword cane, you see the sheath for this cane, you see some potions and a pendant all over the room. And no ochre jelly. It went back into its little hole.
All
Oh,
right.
cool. So
Dougie is
Easy.
going to attempt to move silently, and he will pick up all that stuff.
yay.
Dougie gets a good chance to finally see the remnants of the fight, and it looks like Pratchett lost badly. Dougie very carefully sneaks through, very quietly. You wouldn't think Dougie would be so light on his feet, but he is. It's like one of those Bugs Bunny cartoons where he's tipping on his toes. And sure enough, he manages to pick up what he can. Do you pick up any of the bone fragments? Or do you just pick up the loot?
Bone fragments as in Pritchard's?
Yes. Well, that's the only one you found in here, so. You
Sure.
think that's his. Ooh, okay.
I mean, I'm not going to handle it with my hands. I've got like a cloth and stuff like that. I'm not going to get
Okay.
ochre jelly on my hands. I don't want that.
Okay. So he's like, I don't want to get any acid on me.
I have a dish towel.
That's right.
Wait, where are we in all this?
You guys are in the other room. You're hanging out in the other room with...
I'm at the long double
Yeah.
So
door.
is he in there? Like, are we not
Basil.
looking at him? Is he like alone and unobserved?
See where I am?
Yeah, he's by himself in that room, just going very quietly, because he is thievery, sneaky.
Nicky.
That's right. He's sneaky and quiety, so he's able to go in there and quietly take everything and then sneak back out. And you got, let's see, you found his foot, you found a hand, you found some arm bones and some ribs, and you found his skull. Jackpot.
Yeah.
Do any of them
Yeah.
connect to the thigh bone?
Well, you know what? If you want later, you can try to like string them together and have a little skeleton.
We can rebuild him.
Hey man, or you could just have Gomez learn, was it Summon Dead, and just have him rebuilt and have him hang out with
That's
you guys.
true. Yeah. we
Children
can-
shouldn't play with dead things.
That's true.
Yeah. We'll leave him Oliver. Do I have any problems picking that stuff up? Can I
No.
show these guys? Okay.
Yeah,
So I'm going
yeah.
to get it to where everybody else is together and say, okay, guys, look at the stuff we have now. Any evidence first?
Well, there's 3 lesser healing potions. You recognize those right away.
Oh, yeah, we know those well.
The pendant, you actually recognize that. That's another Corpse Ward pendant. Which makes sense, because probably each of them had one. You probably got Roslow's, and now this was Pratchett's. So now you have 2 of them.
All right.
You have his armored coat, which is really cool, because it's actually like a suit coat, but it's actually leather armor. Something Basil might be interested in. It looks really spiffy. But the piece de resistance is the sword cane.
Ooh. What's it taste like?
The sword cane, which is emanating magic that Gomez can smell a
Nice.
mile away.
I can't wait to use the sword cane. This is going to be awesome.
Me too. Actually, I'm going to learn sword cane.
You're going to learn weapons so you
Yeah,
can be
yeah,
able
yeah.
to use the sword cane?
Yeah.
Might as well. I mean,
I
hey,
know.
it's free
No,
sword
I
cane.
love that.
Not only that, it is one of the few items in Pathfinder 2nd Edition that has the tag unique attached to it.
Oh.
Which means it's the only one of its kind in the entire world.
Oh, grats,
It
Lomang.
must taste amazing.
Now, who can use a sword cane with amazing magical abilities that is just radiating magic? I wonder
Well,
who.
Basil took the healing kit.
Lomang, today's your lucky day.
Nice.
Lucky day.
Sharky raises one cabinet door.
Hey, you got all my feathers.
Can we figure out like how awesome it is, or do we have to like use it?
No, you can do it. Who wants to do the magic check? I think
Go
it's only
ahead, Basil.
Basil. I think Basil's the only one.
Oh wait, there's only one of us who can do that.
Well,
This isn't a magic sword cane. This is
Completely
nothing
not
more.
It's a piece of crap. I don't understand why you guys are so excited about it.
it's a curse. I can't put it down.
They're like, this is just used to pick up trash off the street. Nothing more. Yeah, that's the ticket. Yes. Holy moly. Okay. Do you want to actually hear this thing? Jason, you're going to have to read this one. That's how good it is. I'm
Wow.
going to text it to you.
It's got text to it?
Paragraphs. You tell us what this is. I'll give you a second to read it because it's pretty big.
Well, he reads that. Is the leather cloak something? What's the cloak made of?
It's a leather armor. It's a leather coat.
It's leather armor. It's
Oh.
a coat, and the actual coat, it's pretty cool. It's basically like a suit, but the suit is leather armor. So it's not just like, hey, I'm wearing leather armor.
So it looks like a suit, but it's actually armor.
Yeah. It's like, it's neat.
Oh, I see.
I'm
see.
sorry.
Oh, okay.
It is in fact a -4 cursed sword cane.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Oh, shit, I don't
hold
want
on
that.
to it to make sure it doesn't.
Yeah, hold on to that, yeah.
Fall into the wrong person's hands. But
Are you
Yeah.
unable to drop that item now?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's it. That's right. You can never get rid of it, Jason.
Yeah, he can't get rid of it. Try to
Basil's
find a
stuck with it
high-level
forever.
cleric to
Oh, well.
uncurse
all right,
you.
what we have is what's called the Reaper's Lancet.
Nice.
Hendred Pratchett himself designed this custom skull-topped +1 striking exquisite sword cane and had it gilded in high-quality gold. His first victim was the very smith who Pratchett commissioned to craft the weapon, so the means of its construction are secret known only to Pratchett. The magic of the Reaper's Lancet applies to both blade and the sheath, making them each effectively a +1 striking weapon, but only if both are wielded by the same creature. If the two components are shared between creatures, only the blade retains the rune's magic. Reaper's Lancet has a hidden reservoir inside the skull that automatically applies a new dose of poison to the blade after the previous dose was expended with a successful strike. The reservoir
Wow.
must be filled manually, a process requiring 1 minute, and is large enough to hold 3 doses at a time. Any sort of
Nice.
injury-delivered poison can be placed in it, though all doses must be of the same poison. The price of the poison is not reflected in this weapon's listed price. If you're curious, this weapon's listed price is 200 gold.
And
So-
it has a reaction.
Well, the reaction is that if you damage a creature, you can poison the creature with the poison in the reservoir.
As a reaction?
It's
Well,
a
but the
it's an
reaction to the
interaction.
Or an
It's a reaction. A reaction can be anything. It can be
Oh.
the reaction to damaging someone.
Oh,
so
okay.
the trigger is you damage a creature, and then the reaction is that you then administer the poison.
Is that free?
It's a
Or does it take
reaction.
your reaction.
It takes
action?
up your
Okay.
reaction.
Yeah,
So
you can use your reaction
Right.
to apply the poison.
So you can't poison. Let's see, if it's already applied, you
Two
could
people-
conceivably poison 2 people at this in one
no,
round.
you can't. You can't because you only get one reaction per round. So you can only use
Correct.
it. It's designed that way, so you can only do it once per round. That's why
Yeah,
it's.
and it does use your reaction until the beginning of your next turn, so it does take another resource away from you. But if you're not into using reactions in your build, let the
Yeah.
poison fly.
Sure.
So a +1 striking cane and sheath, which is really, really good. It's like 2 weapons in one. And very few people can use that. Basil. What a surprise.
It's like me, the player, doesn't want to be greedy, but
Oh no, it's totally yours.
I built my character from level 1 around Sword Cane.
Yeah, it's totally yours. So,
Oh, yeah.
what is the bonus of using 2 weapons versus 1 weapon and just whapping it twice? If you don't have like that ability to do that.
Special training. If you have the feats for it, if you have the special training, there's some really good 2-weapon fighting abilities out there, including an archetype class, an archetype in the Advanced Player's Guide. So there's some really good stuff out
So
there.
there's like feats you just stack on top of.
And
this,
he must
you
have
know.
had a feat
Okay,
that let
cool.
him do
Yeah.
his dual attack without taking a multi-attack penalty.
He did. He
Right.
did. He had a special ability where he could attack
Ooh,
twice.
That'd be
Mhm.
good
And
to
two,
have.
it had to be 2 different creatures, and he had no penalty until after both attacks. So, yeah, and that's just, that was built into him.
What level was he? Do we know, or is it?
Pratchett was level 5.
I was just curious. Okay, cool. And the leather armor is not magical.
The leather armor is not magical.
Highly stylish, though.
Highly stylish.
What's the sell value for it? Might be good.
1 gold piece.
Ooh. Okay, so that covers the pendant, the cane, And that's what he had on him? That's everything? Aside from the bones.
He also had, which you believe is more poison. Again, this is another dram. It's small, so you're thinking, this is probably poison, and it's probably the poison he was putting into the sword cane.
Yeah.
Because remember Lo Mang asked, wow, how many times can he hit you with the poison? The answer is 3. That is how many times you can hit with the poison.
A lot of times.
It's a lot of times. The one thing that's very interesting about poison is not considered inherently an evil thing in Pathfinder. It's kind of nebulous. I don't know. What do you think, Vanessa? I'm curious. Like, it never says it's evil. Like, you can do it. I mean, it might be frowned upon in greater society, but it's not like, oh, you use poison, therefore you're evil.
I mean, it's a different kind of weapon, so it's no more evil than stabbing someone with a dagger, and you wouldn't say, ooh, owning a dagger is evil. But at the same time, there's a certain subtle difference between walking up to someone and stabbing them and, like, lacing their food with arsenic or something.
Then again, it was good enough in Game of Thrones, and that is how the mountain got killed. So who knows? Maybe.
You don't have to choose lethal poisons. You can do poisons that slow people or paralyze them or something.
No, it's a tranquilizer. It's like it's like your angle of that. Absolutely. We need like a paralyzing, tranquilizing.
Yeah, there's those types too.
Sleep.
The degree to which this guy in his power set was like almost like evil me.
Yeah.
He's got a sword cane. He's a wizard. He's got
that's true.
Armor. Yeah, he's like evil me.
He was your Moriarty.
And then you fed him to an ooze.
Well, that would be anticlimactic.
He was your Dumbledore. I mean, so he was your Voldemort.
It really would be. It's like, finished him.
It's the Reichenbach ochre jelly.
The thing about poison, though, it is like a weapon of mass destruction. It's like in World War I, there was a lot of weapons, and then there was mustard gas, and like that was a whole other level. Poison nerve gas. Things.
Yeah, but we're not in Earth. This isn't Earth. We're not.
I know,
on Earth.
but it's normally evil. But yeah, there are other poisons in this game. I think that are not fatal. Like
There's there's knockout dram. There's all these things that can just make you unconscious. They can make you dizzy. They can. So
that's the one we got to get a hold of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. In fact, those are the more common ones that don't even do damage. They just mess you up. That is what happened to Sharky. Sharky didn't really take that much in hit point damage, but boy, did Sharky get messed up.
I did not feel well, and then I got stabbed, and I lost a lot of hemolymph, and now I hurt.
Didn't agree with your system?
I need my hemolymph back.
I just picked one at random just because I like the name. The blue dragonfly poison is a poison that like potentially blinds and dazzles people. So it's not damage.
Yeah, there you
it's like it messes up their vision.
That sounds really expensive.
Yeah, I just picked the name.
Yeah.
And actually poisons are kind of expensive. They start at 3 gold per bottle and go up.
We found a whole bunch.
I have a question about the bones, just for future reference.
Sure.
Like, how much of you has to be left to resurrect?
Resurrect probably the full corpse. I would imagine.
like the raised dead. Like how much?
Raised dead is
Raised dead. I think you need nothing. Raised
Different.
dead is literally just whether or not they want to come back from the boneyard. Resurrect is different.
Or like whatever, like to bring somebody back to life. How much of them?
Oh, I don't know. What does it say? I'm not looking at the rituals.
Raised Dead says it requires a creature's body to be present and relatively intact. So if all you have are bones, probably not good enough.
Okay, that's good.
For Raised Dead or Resurrect.
It's not like, okay, so we're not in the
Raised Dead.
situation, because that was the first thing I thought of when it was the bones were all over the place. Like the red flag that goes up for me is, we better find his pinky bone, because if we don't find his pinky bone, then we're going to start seeing him in chapter 6 because somebody's going to resurrect him.
We'll take him to the 4 corners of the kingdom.
Resurrect has the same language.
You know what, Seth? That's a great idea. Thank you for giving me that idea.
No, here's the thing. Relatively intact is still relative.
You will be seeing Henry Pratchett in book 3
Okay.
as Skeleton. Yes.
Because it was asked, Resurrect, once you heighten it to 7th level, then you only need a small portion of the body.
Oh, so that's
So
it.
that's where you can get
You're
someone's
gonna be
finger and make a bone.
screwed by the time you see Pratchett. damn, man, you're going to be fighting things that can do 7th level resurrect. Oh boy, that's going to suck for you.
That'll be next
That's
week,
why we're
though.
meticulous. We're meticulous about the evidence, and we collected all of it. We CSI'd the place. We got out our gloves on.
Extreme close-ups, neon lighting.
We got our masks on.
Well, guess what?
And we found
At
it all.
Height in the 9th, you can resurrect without the body, as long as you know their name and you touched a portion of their body. And they have to have died in the past century. How about that?
And that's why we don't afford them a portion of his body. That's why we find every little bit of him.
But here's the thing. When you resurrect them, they're still the same level. So when you're 17th level fighting a creature that can do 9th level heightened resurrect, you will have to fight a level 5 Pratchett.
Without any equipment.
Without any equipment.
A naked
as you're level
Pratchett.
17.
Yeah,
I don't
naked
think it's
Pratchett.
going to be much of a challenge.
All right. So what I'm hearing from this is that this is not a plot point written into this adventure. That is everything they're saying is saying that because
For now.
if I was writing this adventure, it would be like, did they collect all the bones? If they didn't collect all the bones, then he gets resurrected and then
You're
he levels
overthinking
up
it.
and then
You're
he-
overthinking it. Your vacation brain has turned you into
Yeah.
overthinking stuff.
We go to the station and follow with Lo Ming's
Okay,
plan.
I'll do this.
All right.
So you look around the basement. You pretty much greyhawked what you found was important. Basil can't seem to get rid of this damn sword cane. It's stuck to him forever. How about that? Must be cursed.
Don't know
Must
what's
be cursed.
shaking my wing. I can't seem to get it to drop. I don't know what's going on.
Damn this sword cane. Damn it. You heal yourself enough and you feel like you have done your duty. It is like 3 in the morning by now, maybe even 4 in the morning. It's really late. You go outside and sure enough, the guard is still there guarding the place and making sure no one can go in. Do you say anything to them?
This house is clean. Actually, no.
we'll
it's
let
not.
them know that there's still an ochre jelly that we need
Yeah.
to bring in animal control.
There's traps.
But the
There's active
threat
traps.
has been.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone in there.
This house is
What's that?
clean,
Yeah.
except
No,
for an ochre jelly that
yeah.
will kill you. Besides
This-
that, it's clean.
No, we put up the police tape. Yeah. Nobody goes in.
Let me ask you a question. If we had not put out the fire, would this place have burned to the ground?
Yes.
Like that was a thing.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
So, like that, we should get big accolades for that.
That's
Oh,
gotta be
you're not letting me get to it. I'm trying. I'm trying.
Well,
You guys
We
keep trying
saved
to
the
fight
city
ochre
from burning
jellies.
down.
no, we're going to establish a perimeter around the house. We're going to get every uniform person out there who is not us
Yes.
because we're special.
Yes.
And we say, don't go in there, and don't let anybody else go in there on the order of the Absalom City Watch.
Excellent. Now, what does Sharky do? Because Sharky has only seen 2 things in their entire lives. They have seen the Underdark, which was its home, and this hotel. That's it. They have never been anywhere else. So does Sharky follow them? Does Sharky decide to see what's outside in this wide world?
Absolutely.
So now you start walking through Absalom, and Sharky is seeing the sights. Now it's 4 in the morning, but it's still pretty crowded because it's Absalom, and there is the Radiant Festival going on. So they're seeing things they've never seen before.
What's this? What's this? What's that over there?
And there's
What's
food
this? What's this?
all over
Can
the place.
I eat this chair? What's this? What's this?
Oh dear, this is well, Deputy Sharky, there's many things you can't eat. In fact, nothing is edible walking around Absalom. That's why
What about
what?
that little baby? That man over
That
there is
is-
eating that little baby.
inedible. It's probably just cooing, and that's
No.
that's
He's got like a
outside
weird
our bounds.
round liquid baby. There's like little pieces of plant in it, and it's surrounded by a weird looking blanket.
That's not a baby. It only looks like a baby. It's not a baby. It's not a baby. You're looking at a stuffed chicken. That's not a baby.
Oh, can I eat a stuffed chicken?
Only if you pay for it.
Can we, Gomez, will you buy me a stuffed chicken?
You're familiar with the concept of treasure. You're a dungeon monster. You remember treasure? All those gold coins. Now you're actually going to learn what they're good for. This is what they're actually used for. You take those gold coins
That's
and
true.
you exchange them to somebody who then gives you delicious
For
things
stuffed
to eat.
chicken.
Yes. That is what all you monsters that have been hoarding the treasure all your lives, you've been wondering why.
What?
Now you know. This is why. You bring it to the market, you sell it, you get good things to eat.
This is brand new information.
I know. It blew my mind. I was like a goblin in the sewers. I found out about this. I was like, oh, this is why. This is what this stuff is for. I've always wondered.
No one has ever told me. No one has ever told me before.
That's why humans we're always on the surface, running around and eating chicken. That's
What?
collecting
You get to
coins
eat
and eating chicken.
Every
Collect
day?
It's basically the game.
Oh,
It's
boy.
a mini game.
You have
get
no idea.
coins and then you eat chicken.
Not only do you eat chicken, it's not just raw chicken. Like they do things to the chicken that make it taste different.
What?
They add things to it. They subject it to fire. Like they put it in like liquid with other things and make a whole different food out of it. It's incredible. It's incredible what these people do.
Sharky is confused. I must learn more. I must eat more.
It's called cooking. You are gonna love it.
Yes. It's quite popular on the surface.
Okay, hold on. I think I got. I got a couple silver pieces. Is that enough for stuffed chicken?
That'll get you started.
Oh yeah, that's quite a meal, I imagine.
Here, come with me. Come with me. We'll start with something to your palate. I know these two goblins. They have great stuff. This will be a good place to start. And can I like go off? Are we like out of adventuring and doing a montage thing where I can just like go off and show Sharky?
I want the
Tastes of
Sharky
the town.
street food montage.
Exactly.
Sure. Now keep in mind, it's like 4 a.m, but
What?
it's a city that never sleeps. It's 4 a.m.
Those two goblin proprietors, we're nocturnal creatures. They're up.
Shawarma. Take her to shawarma. Shawarma is available at 4 in the morning.
We want shawarma.
Everyone's around all
I
the
definitely do a
time.
callback. I go do a callback to our first adventure. I go to those two goblins that
Yeah,
were fighting.
they're getting ready for the morning rush because they have to set up their bodega carts really early at the stroke of sunrise. They got to be there, so they're setting up. Now
They gotta make sure they get the good spot.
Well, they broke up a big fight about that. Sharky missed that episode. That was
I did.
2 days ago, where they
Okay.
actually were fighting over that spot, and they came to a. In fact, I might even have the map for that spot. I could bring you to that map. Hold on, I have it here somewhere. Where is
My
it?
goodness.
I got everything, man. Oh, I do.
That was
Look
our
at
first
this.
adventure. That was the mean streets of Absalom. We had to break up a fight between goblin vendors wanting the same spot.
Look, there they are. You head on over. It's Grunto and Pelmo, the two goblin vendors who have pickles. Lots and lots of different types of
Oh.
pickles.
Sharky's favorite food is pickles.
Couldn't have written this adventure better if I tried.
Sharky, are you also interested because your exposure to different types of furniture and different types of objects to mimic
Mm-hmm.
must have been limited in the Underdark, right? Like now you're seeing civilization as full glory in all of its like barrels and chests and containers and boxes
goodness.
and all
many
of these different.
things.
There's the whole spectrum of mimicable furniture items and container items are before you now. And just look at this marketplace. I'm pointing out. It's like look at those boxes that things are like look at those barrels over there. Like look at that cart. Oh my God! Look at that. Can you do wheels? Look at that.
I can try. Hold on. And Sharky grows wheels and is now a fancy armoire with wheels,
That's awesome.
with food cart wheels. It's kind of hard to balance on these two wheels.
So maybe something a little bit more practical. But we should definitely do a pub crawl. Except we are doing a goblin mimic tasters. Was it like restaurant week? We're doing restaurant week.
That sounds
oh
fantastic.
boy, here we go. So he's like, you know what? We got a few hours before we need to report in. Let's spend the night on the town. We've just been in a horror hotel for a day and a half. Let's hit the streets and
that's what you
relax
do.
a bit.
Heck yes.
Yeah, you guys can do that. I'm sure. So, what is this? Now we have to come up with more names of more places. Let's see. We already have Louder Chowder. We already have the Spirits. We need more names for more restaurants and funny places. Give me some funny names. Patreon people, I need names because I need to add this to the repertoire of.
What were the names of did the two goblin proprietors? Did their places have names? I forget.
Grunka and Pelmo.
Grunka and Pelmo. Are they did they join forces? So then
Yeah.
Is it like
no.
Yeah.
is it Grunko and Pelmo? Like that's their place.
Uh-oh. I see the market consolidating. We're gonna
Are they now rivals to Pete's Pickles? Like the Hobbit pickle purveyor.
Oh, Pete's Pickles.
I'm looking to see.
Goblin Grub.
Goblin Grub. You gotta go to Goblin Grub.
Well, that's right. Oh, so everything fried. They specialize in frying anything that fits their oversized deep fryers, but they specialize in fried pickles.
Oh, that sounds so good in real life right
And
now.
While the other one...
Oh my god, I am
Oh,
absolutely...
wait, the stalls did have names. Wait, the stalls did have names.
Okay, good. All right, wait. But as you're giving me the names for the stalls, I am
Yes.
buying things at each stall, bringing them back to the fryer to have them fry it, and then we're trying it that way. So what's the first one? What do they have?
Okay, so there's two different stalls. There's everything fried, and there's Pelmo's Pickle Hut. And they both have deep fryers. Everything fried will fry anything. Pelmo's Pickle Hut specializes mostly in pickles, but also fried pickles, which they're famous for. So, you come over with a handful of things. Grunta and Pelmo seem to be getting along.
What's the other stall? Are those all do the other stalls have names?
Oh, the other stalls? You're
Yes, the
making
other
me look
stalls.
up other stalls?
We require 7 more stall names, please.
Okay, give me a sec.
or are they listed? Because I thought that's
They're
what you
not
said. I
listed.
thought
But I actually have... If you give me a minute, I actually have...
All right, and if you
I
want a
have
montage-
this stuff written
It's like the
out.
most cruel thing to do to GM. Is like, what are the names of all the food places? And you're like, oh god.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah,
I have this.
If you want to get back,
if you
want to get back to the plot, like the other guys could go report in, and we are just doing that.
No,
Like,
There's no
everyone,
plot.
There's no plot. Please.
well, I got to tell you
Oh,
then,
boy.
I am absolutely inventing this world's version of the deep fried Oreo. I am finding the dessert sweets cart, finding what they have, and then taking it over to the goblin cart and saying, "Can you fry this? Can you fry this?
Jason,
Can you
you're
fry
good
that?"
at this. Come up with some names, Jason. You're good at this.
I'm concerned about the health issues with the goblin cart. I don't know if it's sanitary.
Dude, you're talking to a goblet and a mimic.
I know.
Like, there
that's
are
true.
no bounds.
And an orc.
There's nothing.
And I'm an
off-limit.
orc. Yeah.
Oh god, it's like go listen to or go watch that TV show. I think it's a Lifetime or whatever, but it's Bizarre Foods, and
Oh, yeah.
we go around the world and have all the bizarre food. We are going on a Bizarre Foods tour, and everything comes back to the deep fryer.
Ooh. That sounds good.
Oh, at the Inn of the Prancing Pony. There you go.
That sounds very familiar.
Dude,
the
you're
end
an
of the
idiot.
Yeah, that's Middle Earth. I even have a song about the prancing pony if you want to hear
I'm
it.
sure.
Oh, okay, I got some. All right,
I'm going to take
so,
that as a no.
Okay, let's hear the song of the Prancing Pony.
No, you don't really want to hear it.
No, I want to hear it. They didn't
I
want
do.
to hear
I
it.
want to hear it.
They wanted to hear it. We all want to hear it. I'm now waiting. I'm not going to go until we hear a song.
Oh my god.
Is there music that you need?
There
Do you need
is, but
accompaniment?
I don't have the music. I don't have the accompaniment. It's actually from Fellowship of the Ring, the musical, and I highly recommend you go look for the original cast recording. We saw
my
it
God.
live when we lived in Los Angeles, and it is amazing.
Nice.
It's a parody musical for Fellowship of the Ring.
I like the sound of that.
So you start going around to the other stalls and some of the other shops, and sure enough, you find Dragon Turtle Cobbler.
Fry it,
They
Reddit, fry it.
they have like different types of pies and bakery goods.
Bakery goods. There you go.
They have
Fried cake, deep fried cake.
Chimera pancakes.
Chimera pancakes, better fried.
Oh, they probably would be. They probably would be.
Wait, are they chimera pancakes or chimera pancakes?
Chimera. Don't
Okay.
you pronounce
Sometimes it's
yours?
one, sometimes it's another.
It's ketchup versus ketchup.
Could be a conglomeration of the two.
Okay.
You find some deep fried pygmy goat, but that one's already fried. So can you double fry it? I don't know.
Yes, we will find out.
You're gonna find
Oh,
out how much is too much frying.
Can it be triple fried?
It
This one is
probably
really
could.
tough
It's
and
called
oily.
twice fried
We're gonna
goat.
push the frying envelope as far as we can.
That is right.
How about? Oh, this one sounds good. Griffin Crispies.
Griffin just sound good on its own. I try one on its own. I bet they're really good.
You fry it in soybean oil, and then fry it in canola oil, and then switch to peanut oil.
Yes.
There you go.
It
how you do
kind
it.
of tastes like a potato chip if there was such a thing.
You bread it in flour, and then you bread it in regular breadcrumbs, and then you bread it in panko breadcrumbs.
Ooh, there's cured llama. How's that?
Ugh.
Cured llama.
Cured llama, fry it.
That sounds actually really good.
That sounds pretty good.
Cured llama, fry it.
Fry it.
Breaded and fried.
I definitely look for all the weird animal part stalls, like
Deep
lark's
roasted
tongue.
silk scorpion. Huh?
There
How
you go.
about that?
Yes.
Sorry. Dry roasted silk scorpion.
Jeez.
How about that?
I remember a reality show. One guy picked up a scorpion, ate it, and they had to be medevaced out. He got sick from just showing off, eating, hey, I'll eat that scorpion. And then like 2
Oh my
hours
gosh.
later, he's vomiting. He's like, oh, we got to get him out of here.
Up, there's something that catches Sharky's eye, and Sharky goes crazy when they see this bowl, and it seems to be lumpy with all these colors, lots and lots of colors. Every color in the rainbow is just on top of these lumps, and you think it's really cold. You don't know what it is, though.
We call it Skittles in the fantasy world.
We gotta try it.
What is this? I'm going to eat it.
You walk over.
Mm-hmm.
It's Absalom's world-famous unicorn sundaes.
What?
Unicorn poop Sunday. Unicorn poop Sunday. I'm having it.
Oh,
I'm absolutely
no.
having it. I'm having it first, and then we're frying it.
Is that made out of real unicorn?
Deep fried ice cream. It's a deep fried ice cream dessert. We are having.
Oh
this.
my gosh.
No, it actually just
I
has a
want it
lot of
so
it. It's like
much.
it looks like a rainbow because unicorns and rainbows. So it's
Mhm.
really just ice cream with rainbow sprinkles. But in the Pathfinder universe, it's a unicorn sundae.
I actually have that right now. I could eat it on air.
So get this. Completely coincidentally, one of my character's special abilities is in fact City Scavenger. You can attempt a survival society check to search for food and
Oh my
supplies
God.
to subsist
That
in
is
cities
so
well in the
cool.
wild. So I'm actually like employing that now to as the mechanical underpinning for this
That is so
food
funny.
eating montage.
Oh no, that is so
and then
funny.
and then I can go on forever, and that we'll wrap it up with the Bugbear Pound Cake. How about that one?
That sounds so good. I kind of want to go get my unicorn ice cream right now. I have some in the freezer.
I want some.
Is that made by Bugbear or made of Bugbear?
I'm actually jealous. I'm like this is actually seriously making me hungry.
That's what happens. Every one of our episodes we talk about food, and every time we get hungry when we play. What's amazing is we've been doing this on the other podcasts like every episode, and somehow we got it into this one too.
I know.
It's never going to end.
It's
Wherever
infectious.
we go, it's food.
Always gonna bring you more
Food,
food.
glorious food. Okay,
I think
so
that's how you know that we're like we're all seasoned adults on these shows because we get really excited about food.
but food.
that's right.
What makes it Bugbear Pound Cake? I'm curious.
Yeah, is it made of or by bugbears? That's just
Yeah,
the
exactly.
question. That's
And both
I gotta
answers
ask, I gotta
are
ask.
disturbing.
John, both.
Oh no, that
It's
was
both.
the worst answer. Oh no.
That is
Maybe
the
they
worst
pound of
answer.
flesh.
Oh my god.
They are bugbears after all.
No, bugbears aren't cannibals, not on the whole.
Just a little bit of light cannibalism.
Are you sure about that?
They point to a sign
Yes.
above the
I don't know
stall
about
made
that.
of and by.
Oh my
My
gosh.
great uncle on my mother's
It's only
side was a
cannibalism
bugbear.
if they also eat it. If they just sell it to other people, it doesn't count
Oh,
as cannibalism.
gross. I think it still counts. Oh.
Meat
That's
pies.
I actually, yeah.
It's not
that's-
cannibalism if you didn't like them.
Yeah,
Right.
That's true.
So I heard this really funny thing from a Japanese gamer, like one of the world famous gamers. And they said, he was like in his 60s and he was talking to someone who was in her 20s. And says, when you're in your 20s, you brag about what you put into other people. When you're in your 40s, you brag about what you put into yourself. And then when you're in your 60s, you brag about what comes out of you.
Oh God.
And I think about it, I'm like, you know what? He's right. All I do is think about the food that we have. Now you know you're, quote, an adult.
Wow.
Anyhow,
I am horrified.
that's a good
and-
quote. but probably
Well,
quite true.
then.
So I got 10 more. I got 10 more years before my conversation takes a real turn for the worse.
10 more
Well,
years. 10 more years till I get the "I pooped today" T-shirt on.
yeah,
Not even 10 years for some of us.
not even 10 years for most of us.
Okay.
Sad.
Anyhow, you get all these various foods. You head over to the goblins, and sure enough, there's everything fried in Pelmo's pickle hut. They seem to be getting along, helping out each other, and they see you approach as it's been like 2 to 3 days, and they're like, they're a little scared. They're like, "Oh, we're getting along. We're getting along. See, no fighting, no fighting. Don't arrest us. We're doing well. Yes, everything's great. Everything's great. How are you?
Oh, we're wonderful, wonderful. We want to take you up on this frying
Did
pan.
you just Han Solo the goblins? Everything's great. How are you? Did you just Han Solo the goblins?
Ha!
Yeah, so the goblins actually Han Solo'd us. The wonderful, good to see you again. We are taking you up on this Fry Anything offer. All right, so here's what we got. I've got a friend in from out of town. He's never had Absalom cuisine before. We are going to spend we have a couple hours off. We are spending all of that time with you. We are gonna have a food fest. And I talk goblins. We are gonna fry things that you've never thought of frying. We're gonna push the boundary. Are you with me? Are you ready?
Oh, yes. It's not called everything fried for nothing. That means that we will fry anything. We'll fry your shoe if you want. You name it. I had a guy fry his hat the other day, and he ate it. I think it was a bet or something. Yeah, it was kind of weird. Anyhow, what do you want fried? You don't want any clothes
That is
fried,
great.
do you?
And I would like to fade in for a while where I talk to them about batters. Like we talk about breading and
God.
batters for like a while, and then the things start to get fried. Like certain things are appropriate frying on their own. Certain things have to get battered. Certain things have to get breaded. Like it all comes in. So, oh my God, the whatever animal skin explodes up to make the pork rind like wonder that comes out of that fryer, Mr. Mimic, oh Sharky, you have to try this. And I introduce Sharky to the wonder that is the name of fantasy monster pork rind. Except it's not pork. Whatever that is. What do you think that is? What is that?
Mind Flare?
I don't know. I've never seen it before. This is your gag.
The rhino rind. Rhino rinds.
No.
Rhino rinds.
How about
Rhino rinds.
how
Say
about
it
a
Rhino
Bulette?
louder
rinds.
and more
A
often.
Bulette.
What?
Bulette.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Bulette.
those are easy to
Bulette.
domesticate.
Bulette crackling. Bulette crackling.
A land shark.
Land shark fins.
That's what a
Land shark
bulette
fins.
is. A bulette is a land shark.
A bulette
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
land
yeah,
shark.
yeah. So it's that fin that pops up when it gets angry. It's like it's very wasteful to the animal, but we cut that off, deep fry it, pops up just like pork rinds, except twice as good.
It's a delicacy.
Actually, these were humanely harvested because in the world of magic, you can cut that thing right off and regrow it and just keep doing it all day.
Cruelty-free
That's
bulette.
right. So you're saying-
Cruelty-free land shark
That's
fin.
right.
Is
Are
it
you
free
sure?
range?
No, inflicting
Fuel
cruelty on a daily basis instead of just.
No,
No,
that's
no,
right.
no.
Every day we cut the billet off, we cast a
No,
heal
no,
spell, we cut it
no.
off, we just cut this fin off.
No.
Over
That's
and
horrible.
over.
That's so
it's
bad.
not that bad. Did anyone read Preacher, by the way? Did anyone read Preacher?
Oh my gosh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
This reminds me of that adventure where the ghoul chains up a troll so it can like cut off a limb and eat it and cut off a limb and eat it over and over and over.
Well, guess what? In Preacher, they capture a vampire, they cut off his
Oh no.
and then they use that to make a cream that makes you younger, and they keep doing it over and
Oh
over
no.
again.
That's horrible.
As horrible as possible because they're torturing him. So they keep cutting off his all day, every day, and then they use it in this cream.
How did we end up here?
Can we get to the captain?
Oh my gosh. What is happening?
I do recall one of the most disturbing episodes of Farscape. Maybe you can keep this. One of the most disturbing episodes of Farscape was that where it was the clone ship and the navigator that's part of the ship. They were feeding off of the navigator because it would regenerate. The navigator would regenerate, and so they were just cutting off his arms. And it's like the navigator is there. It's like they're eating me.
Farscape?
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah.
And that was the last time Vanessa appeared as a guest star.
Oh. Vanessa, go get that ice cream. Right about
But
now.
deep fried, it's all good.
It's all good. Deep fried pickles.
Wow.
So you go through. You try out
Y'all are
all the
a lot.
batters. You try out all the foods. They're all delicious. Sharky doesn't even know what to make of it. Sharky was mostly eating dead things
Mhm.
in the Darklands.
I mean,
And yeah, they
not
ate
dead things, but like, they were eating littler things, it's pretty easy to convince a rodent to enter a tunnel, for example, and then you just snap the thing shut and eat it. So those are easy enough.
Around the fifth thing, a look of disappointment goes across Gomez's face as he turns to Sharky and says, we should have saved one of those pickled punks.
Pickled pugs?
The pickled
Punks.
punks.
the pickled
punks
punks.
from the account
Oh,
of
yeah.
the room.
yeah.
You may not remember. Though you were slightly different self.
No,
at the
no,
time.
I remember pickled pugs.
But man, it's like we should have saved one of those pickled pumps. I bet they would have been great fried.
You know what I miss? I haven't had in a long time. I haven't had any, Caligni. Do you have any Caligni I could have? They're really good as a light snack.
What is that?
That's a great joke for anyone who knows Galorian lore, darn it. Darkstalker. Darkstalker. That's what they're called, Darkstalker. Yeah, Darkstalker makes a great light snack.
I bet you Basil's feathers can be fried.
I bet they could.
Yum, 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 yum.
They got to be battered. That's a
That's
batter.
right. They got to be
You gotta
battered.
use the ones you already have. I'm not giving you any more for this project.
I ate the ones I already had. You gave them to me and I ate them.
Weren't there Caligni in the underground? Darkstalkers? Weren't those in the underground passage on the way to the party?
Yes,
Or is
you
that-
fought them. There
Well,
were
you
those
go
were the
get
ones
those-
that exploded.
Yeah, they
In light.
explode in light, exactly.
Yeah,
which is
remember
why they're a
those?
light snack.
Ah.
All right. Okay, there's the payoff.
It took a little while.
Time of joke, 15 minutes.
To try to help Sharky out with that, Gomez does buy a unplucked chicken, and the whole thing, feathers and all, battered, fried, over to Sharky.
That sounds so good. Are you at least gonna break its neck so it's dead? Or is it alive, battered, and fried chicken?
I thought about it. It probably would be better alive, but it would splash around and it would be a fire hazard. So yeah.
That's true. Well, okay then. That sounds really good. A whole chicken. Oh, she carefully opens her largest drawer and then places this battered and fried whole chicken inside, and then slowly closes the drawer with the armoires, cabinet doors, and then just starts. You hear this crunching, squishing sound. Crunch, squish, over and over, followed by a monstrous belch.
And that's where Basil officially has to excuse himself.
All right. You guys have gorged yourselves enough at the pickle stands. You've had everything they had and more. You've tried every type of batter they have, and you've tried everything nearby that was edible and not too expensive. You have fried everything possibly fried. Now with that, the sun is up, the place is getting crowded. Probably time to check in and find out what your next assignment is, because it looks like you've done everything that needs to get done. And also, we need to know what Sharky's going to do. Does Sharky want to join the Force?
What?
Maybe become a special envoy? Who knows? Or does Sharky want to go back to the Darklands and live out the rest of their lives down there? Who knows?
Don't we have a trap disposal unit? Like, send Sharky in.
Who knows? Sharky has lots of options. You can find out.
No. I am interested in this putting of different things into different things to make it taste different. I want to do that.
Cook. The chef. Sharky the
Yes.
chef.
I would like to do this, please. Yes.
Sharky the chef. That actually could be that actually could work out pretty well, because Sharky has all the different appendages. They can be in the kitchen, just whipping things up. They would be it sounds like a good idea. It's like an octopus cooking almost.
There's no gloves that'll fit Sharky.
Oh, gloves. You're thinking like an earther.
Every glove fits Sharky.
Yes,
Sharky
that's right.
fits into
That's right,
the
and
glove. You don't have to make the glove fit Sharky. It'll be the other way
Ah.
around.
I'm a vegetarian.
A
Well,
vegetarian.
here's the thing. I don't need a chef's knife. I just make my appendage into a chef's knife. I don't need a cheese grater. I just make my appendage into a cheese grater.
Yeah, but do you shower ever, though? That's an issue. There's a cleanliness
What's-
issue.
What's that? What's shower?
Right. Like, you need to clean your, like, you're rolling around in the filth
no.
of the streets, stuffing
I know
fried
how.
nonsense.
I got this. I know how to do. Sharky opens their front armoire cabinet doors, and this giant, gross tongue comes out and just like all over her body in like one big slurp.
Exactly. So exactly what I was
And
thinking.
there's like a little bit of sticky ooze off of it. There. Now clean. Yeah.
It's just like cats.
It's just like cats.
Deep fried cat.
I'm going to go meditate on that.
Anyhow,
Oh, my elf.
as you're walking back to the precinct, and Sharky and Gomez and Lomang are arguing over the finer points of
Food safety.
food safety, you arrive, and the place is really busy. And as soon as you walk in, there's a round of applause as Sergeant Olo and some of the other more established Edgewatch officers start clapping, giving you applause, start clapping you on the back, and marvel at you cracking such a major case so soon after joining. In fact, Sergeant Oslo goes right up to each of you, shaking your hands, saying, well done, all of you have done an amazing job. I can't believe the reports we're getting in. You solved such a major case, and you've only been on the job for 3-4 days now? And then he looks at Sharky and it's like, what is this? What is is this a witness?
Deputized.
Who is this?
This
Who
is
is
our
this?
our new deputy is Sharky. Sharky Sharky, introduce yourself.
Oh, I bust in and I totally diplomatize.
Okay.
And I
Yeah.
try to smooth the transition. I go back to my own backstory about how I was a sewer goblin monster that then got brought into the Force, and I relate how Sharky, in a similar way, reminding me of myself and that my younger self was being brought into the Force in a field commission situation, instrumental in breaking this case, instrumental in seeing justice done, preserving the evidence, heaping with all of my charisma and diplomatic ability, praise and talking up Sharky to get her in.
I wanted to be a cook.
Well, Oslo hears all this and says, Sharky, is it? Well, we need cooks. We need everything here. This is a brand new precinct, and there's a whole interview process, and there's a lot that needs to be done before you can be made a proper proper Edgewatch agent. But I'll tell you what, if you want, I can have you meet with the desk sergeant over there, and we can talk to you a bit, see what your skills lie at, and maybe have you start something on the side, a special commission perhaps, and then we can go from there. I presume this whole surface world is new to you. Is that correct?
Yeah. I wanna put the food into different food to make it taste like different food.
Yes, that's a chef. That's a chef. We need those. We have barracks here, and we feed everyone. Everyone here gets food 24/7, so we need chefs here at all times of the day or night. And someone like you with your abilities, well, if you have the knack to cook, we'll take it, because we need them. So, yeah, come with us, Sharky. I want to introduce you to the
commissary officer.
I want to introduce you to the lieutenant. So you walk through, everyone's like giving little claps, you're walking through, and sure enough, there's Lieutenant Lavarius sitting there with a little bit of a smile on his face. And he's like, well, Red Squad came through again, it seems. Every day, Red Squad this, Red Squad that. Oh, and you made it into the paper again. And he throws the paper down at you. Eyes on Absalon, investigating the murder hotel. And sure enough, there's a picture of the sadistic proprietor. And it's a really bad sketch of Pratchett and his criminal concierge. And again, it's a really bad sketch of Roslo. And then you see also pictures of these women saying, "Woo!" And you see a big demon and devil coming out of a pot, and it says, "Summon devils and deadly traps." And it's totally, completely inaccurate into everything that happened there. But they kind of got it right. I mean, the sketches are wrong, and obviously the descriptions of the traps, and you can tell they made up 90% of the story, but you once again are in the story, and they seem to got your names right, which is all that matters. So once again,
all that matters in the whole world.
Well, maybe all that matters. Well,
and
the
as
pictures...
long as the artist draws me from my good side.
Oh no, the artist? The pictures look nothing like you. So you can see it looks nothing like you. Nothing.
That's not
at
an
all.
armoire, that's a credenza.
Exactly.
Oh,
They're
there it
getting
is, yeah.
all the furniture wrong. The lieutenant looks at you and says, well. You have done quite the job. I am even impressed. He puts on a little bit of a smile, and he puts out his hand for you to shake. What do you do?
I'm shaking that hand. I'm enough of a suck up.
Oh, yes. Shake his hand, of course.
Oh, yes. Sure, yeah.
All right. So he shakes each of your hands, shakes Gomez, shakes Basil.
I make a big show of wiping off all of the grease on my hands before I shake his hands. That's all still there from all of our feasting.
He shakes Loman's hand. Dougie probably faints from excitement.
Oh,
He probably does a triple salute because he's so
Yeah.
excited.
He clicks his heels together, he salutes, he does a bow, he does everything.
And then Sharky, he looks at Sharky and says, "Oh, and I heard about this mimic that you managed to recruit. Fascinating. Someone like you can probably go far in the Force. Someone like you who can mimic any shape would be an excellent ally in our fight against crime."
Well, I can mimic inanimate objects, and she'll look around the room, and if she sees something like, I don't know, a weapon rack or something, and then mimic the shape of that. There we go.
He's like, "Ooh."
I want Sharky to have her own spin-off series where it's like The Wire, except Sharky is The Wire.
Or the shield.
So he looks at that. He's like, very impressive. Well, Sharky, is it? If you're interested in helping us out in future adventures, I think we'll find a place for you. In the meantime, I suggest you go talk to the desk sergeant and we'll see what we can do about arranging you a spot to sleep.
They said I could be a sheaf.
A sheaf? Yes, we need sheafs. And not only that, if you join the force, you get to eat as much as you want.
Hold it. Now you have my attention.
That's right. 3 hots in a cot. Although you can probably become the cot.
Yeah. Sergeant, you might want to narrow that promise down a little bit. Eating as much as you want is too broad. We have to get a narrow scope
More
on that.
feathers. Feathers.
Well, we have others on the force. I mean, look at you. He's looking at Lomang and Basil. He's like, look at these freaks we have on the force. What's a mimic?
That's true.
No offense, guys. You did a great job.
Wow.
All right, then.
After he spends a few minutes being nice, which is a side you've never seen, he suddenly changes and looks at you and says, all right, enough. So you solved the case. That's your job, remember? Do I give a medal to every baker who doesn't burn the bread? Ooh.
It's okay. I would still eat it.
Yeah, Dougie waves his
Deep
hand
fried.
and says, I remember.
All right, well, we're going to send a cleanup crew to the Dreaming Palace. And I heard you found an important clue about there's some bank robbery coming up, about the Radiant Parade. I heard you mentioning that in the last debrief. Well, you know what? I don't have any other officers to spare. So guess what? You're in charge of the bank robbery investigation. It looks like you got about a week to prepare before the parade. So get to it.
That's an honor. Thank you.
Week.
Salute.
We have the details on the bank robbery,
Yes.
correct? Yeah.
Yes. And with that, we have finished up Book 1 of Agents of Edgewatch, Devil at the Dreaming Palace.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Woo.
And it was a devil. That guy was a devil. Or
He was.
horrible.
That lived up to the
He was
advertising.
very bad. Yeah, very bad, man. Very bad.
He was a guy where devils go, dude, that's taking it a little too far.
It's not a devil, it's a demon. There's a difference.
That's true.
You know there's
That's
a
true.
difference, right?
That's
You
true.
not know.
That's
You
true.
Well,
did.
he was
true.
a jerk.
Well, he was beyond the pale of all standards of hospitality in this fair city.
Yeah. Wow.
He's absolutely disqualified for being the Grand Marshal of the parade.
1 star. Do not recommend.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Seriously.
You've been listening to Roll for Combat, Agents of Edgewatch. If you have a question or comment for the show, please visit us at rollforcombat.com. You can also find us and play various games on our Discord channel at discord.rollforcombat.com.